December 2nd, 1984, what started as a quiet night in Bhopal, India, would soon descend into chaos. Families slept unaware, the air carrying a deadly secret that would change their lives forever. By morning, thousands were dead. Tens of thousands were fighting to survive. What caused one of the worst industrial disasters in history? Was it human error, corporate greed, or something more sinister? This is the story of the Bhopal Gas Tragedy, a chilling tale of negligence, loss, and the fight for justice that still echoes decades later. Stay with us as we uncover the shocking details of the disaster, the lives it shattered, and the truths some wanted to bury forever. The rise of Bhopal, a city of promise. In the 1960s, Bhopal was a city on the rise, a symbol of progress in a newly independent India. The city's location, infrastructure, and growing population made it an ideal hub for industrial expansion. At the heart of this industrial boom was Union Carbide India Limited, a subsidiary of the American multinational Union Carbide Corporation. In 1969, the company established a pesticide plant on the outskirts of Bhopal. The plant produced 7, a pesticide critical for India's agricultural sector. Its key ingredient, methyl isocyanate (MIC), was a highly volatile and toxic chemical. Handling it required precision, robust safety measures, and constant vigilance. Initially, Union Carbide promised prosperity and jobs, and the plant became a source of pride for the region. But by the early 1980s, cracks began to show. Demand for pesticides dropped, profits fell, and safety measures were compromised in the name of cost-cutting. What was once a beacon of progress had become a looming threat. The making of a disaster. As profits declined, Union Carbide implemented drastic cost-saving measures, setting the stage for catastrophe. Here's what went wrong. 1. Critical safety systems disabled. The plant's gas scrubbers, designed to neutralize toxic gases during leaks, had been shut down weeks before the disaster. The flare tower, a system capable of burning off dangerous gases, was also out of operation. The refrigeration system, meant to keep MIC tanks at low, stable temperatures, was deactivated to save $40 per day. 2. Overloaded and improperly maintained tanks. Tank E610, which stored methyl isocyanate, was filled with over 42 tons of the chemical, far exceeding safe limits. The tanks were constructed with carbon steel, which corroded over time when exposed to MIC, weakening safety valves and increasing the risk of leaks. 3. Negligent maintenance and training. The plant was operating with minimal staff, and many workers lacked adequate training to handle emergencies. Maintenance was delayed or ignored, and warnings about equipment failures were routinely dismissed. 4. A community left in the dark. The plant was situated dangerously close to densely populated neighborhoods, yet there were no warning systems, evacuation plans, or public awareness about the potential risks of living near the facility. These failures created a perfect storm, and the stage was set for disaster. December 2nd, 1984, a night of terror. The events of December 2nd, 1984 began innocuously. Workers were conducting routine maintenance, flushing pipes with water. What they didn't realize was that a faulty valve allowed water to seep into tank E610, triggering a catastrophic chemical reaction. Inside the tank, the water reacted with methyl isocyanate, causing the temperature to soar to over 200 degrees Celsius. The pressure inside the tank built rapidly, overwhelming the already compromised safety systems. At 12:30 a.m., the safety valve burst. A dense, toxic cloud of gas escaped into the night, carried by the wind toward the sleeping city of Bhopal. As the gas spread, it caused severe burning in the eyes and throat, intense coughing, and suffocation. Entire families were overtaken by the deadly fumes. Many died in their sleep, never knowing what hit them. Others awoke to chaos, fleeing into the streets only to succumb to the gas before they could escape. By dawn, the city of Bhopal was unrecognizable. Bodies lined the streets, hospitals were overwhelmed, and the air was thick with despair. Over 3,800 people had died within hours, and thousands more would perish in the days and weeks that followed. The disaster's true death toll is estimated to exceed 15,000, with over 500,000 people exposed to the gas. The aftermath: a city in chaos. In the immediate aftermath, Bhopal descended into chaos. Hospitals were ill-equipped to handle the crisis, and doctors struggled to treat victims. Morgues overflowed with bodies, and mass cremations and burials became a grim necessity. Union Carbide initially denied responsibility, suggesting sabotage by a disgruntled employee. But investigations revealed a chilling reality. The disaster was the direct result of years of negligence, ignored warnings, and cost-cutting measures that compromised safety. Justice delayed, justice denied. In 1989, Union Carbide reached a settlement with the Indian government for $470 million, a sum widely criticized as grossly inadequate. Survivors received compensation that barely covered medical expenses, let alone the long-term impact on their lives. Warren Anderson, Union Carbide's CEO, was charged with manslaughter but fled India and never faced trial. Despite international pressure, he lived out his days in the United States, shielded from accountability. To this day, the site of the plant remains contaminated. Toxic chemicals continue to leach into the soil and water, causing chronic health issues and birth defects among the local population. The legacy of the Bhopal Gas Tragedy. The Bhopal Gas Tragedy remains a haunting reminder of the devastating consequences of corporate negligence and regulatory failure. It sparked global reforms in industrial safety and accountability. But for the people of Bhopal, these changes came far too late. The tragedy's legacy is one of resilience and determination. Survivors and activists continue to fight for justice, demanding accountability and cleanup of the contaminated site. Their struggle is a testament to the human spirit and a call to action for the world. As we reflect on the Bhopal Gas Tragedy, let us remember the lives lost and the enduring suffering of the survivors. This is not just a story of tragedy, it is a lesson for the world to prioritize safety over profit, humanity over greed. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to join us in uncovering history's untold stories. Together, we can ensure that the mistakes of the past are never repeated.